we're in an era where people are afraid to be too much of themselves because someone will click off. I was supposed to sleep. I'm literally in my pajamas right now, but I couldn't stop thinking about this, and it's been something that's been a cloud over my head. Recently, I've been taught and learned about the idea of working smart, which is basically like putting less effort in to get more. Be smart with your time. Don't just mindlessly work hard. And, all my life, I've always taken a quantity-based approach to things and tried to put as much work in as possible, because that was an easier way to work than working smart. I didn't know, I can't necessarily say the right things or the things that my fans or my audience will want. I can't assume that. So it felt better to just work and do what I wanted and then see what clicks with the actual internet instead of trying to assume beforehand. And recently there's been this wave of working smart. I've seen people like Mr. Beast who just scrap a bunch of stuff and are really smart with their stuff, and as a result get a big fan base. And I've been told to work smart. I've been told to be more smart with my time instead of just mindlessly working hard. And I'm not gonna lie, every single day I'm not succeeding. Every single day I'm not growing. It really hurts. I feel like I'm falling behind. I feel like I'm not doing the right things because I'm not growing at the level that I want. But recently I looked at one of my biggest inspirations, who's Gary Vee, and he talked about how people wanting to get it fast, people who wanting to get it like immediately, that's what screws people over, not only mentally, but in career. It makes them make the wrong decisions. And all this time I've been trying to figure out the smart ways to do things, the smart ways to make things happen. And it's just turned me into more of an insecure person, turned me into more of a shell of what I used to be in every single way possible, trying to find the easy ways out. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel real. There's a reason I couldn't do it in the first place. There's a reason I couldn't sit there and go quality over quantity over things, because quantity paints me. Quantity's always painted me, and that's been the natural way of going with things. And when I do quality, yes, I show the best version of me, but the best version of me is not me. It's not me in my pajamas talking to this thing right now, because this is me. And this is what needs to be heard, not a perfect version of me. And I'd rather put 1,000,000 pieces of content, 100 pieces of content, than one piece of content that's not me, because it's easier to be me than it is to not be me. And that's what I couldn't figure out. The reason I even got to a situation where I become a shell of who I used to be is because of insecurity. Deep down, I'm so insecure about making it. I don't know if I will. I really want to, but every day I look at my numbers and I obsess over that. I'm like, am I really actually making progress in life? And I feel like actually checking for the progress has held me back from making progress more than just not doing it. So I want to issue a challenge. I want to issue a statement, a commitment that I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back. I'm here to provide value purely off the ways I want to do it that intersect with the people in my community. I'm here to provide value. I don't care anymore about the ego stuff, because the thing that matters the most to me in life is momentum. Momentum is the heart beating. It doesn't matter how perfectly the heart beats. If that heart stops beating, you're dead. Momentum is the heart of my life. Momentum. So if I lose momentum because of ego and insecurity, where I'm trying to make the perfect thing, and I lose that pace, then I'm dead. That's not me. Because who are my biggest inspirations? My biggest inspirations are XXXTentacion and Gary Vee, as far as being an influence, and neither of them worried about perfection. So why am I trying to be Mr. Beast when I never looked up to Mr. Beast? And that's nothing against Mr. Beast, but that's not my audience. That's not what I resonated with. So I'm trying to be somebody that I wouldn't even resonate with. In terms of content, I'm inspired by Mr. Beast. My point is, the whole idea of perfecting a video and calculating to make the best video possible instead of expressing who I truly am only makes me a shell of what I could be. And I was on the right track. You know, me years ago, me during this summer, all these times I've been on the right track. The only problem that I had was not a decision I made, but the fact that I compared myself to other people and I became greedy. I was like, yo, I want to get there faster. No, that's what's going to turn me into a shell. That's what's going to make me not the person that I want to be. Comparing myself to other people, thinking I should be there faster, becoming entitled, becoming greedy. No, this is bigger than me. My purpose is to provide value onto this earth. My purpose is to create the content that I want, that people are going to want. My purpose is to be proud of what I do. My purpose is to bring raw energy. And I've recorded so many of these podcasts since I got here in college, and I've scrapped like all these episodes because they just didn't feel right. They didn't feel right because I didn't even know what I was doing, man. I was listening to all these people tell me how to make videos when their personalities are not valued in those videos. And I'm trying to make my personality valued by an audience. How am I supposed to make my personality and my true self valued by an audience if I never show that, or I compromise it down to an algorithm, compromise it down to a science? And this is what we're leaning into. How can we become more robotic for short form content? And I'm going to get more into that in a later episode, but how can we become the most robotic versions and characterless portraits for short form content so people can easily swipe? Because you don't want to be too much of yourself because you'll turn people off. That's the era that we're in with short form content. And I don't want to say that it entirely sucks or this or that is bad, but we're in an era where people are afraid to be too much of themselves because someone will click off. But you are what you foster in this world. And do I want to be fostered in a cancel-based culture of if you mess up one thing or screw up one thing or have one awkward moment in a camera, in a video, then someone will click off and cancel your video? Do I want to be fostered in a cancel culture, or do I want to not? The choice is mine. It all comes down to my insecurity, my greed. I want to make it soon. So I start taking the fast route. I start doing these things that are not me. I start algorithmic me catering. And then I'm like, wow, that's not me. And then I'm stuck and I can't create content. Why? Because the image that I'm trying to make is not me. It's as simple as that. That's why it was so hard to do things. Because I was trying to be someone that wasn't me. If you just try to be yourself, it's so easy. And that's who I am right now. This is me. I'm in my pajamas, bro. I was about to go to sleep. This is me. This is what people need. I'm trying to uncover truths here. I'm trying to just show what I think the world needs. Not just be what the world already has. They already have Mr. Beast. They already have these big YouTubers who are saying, I built this thing, and having the perfect edits. They already have that. What is a kid from his room who has perspective? What can that offer? Do I want to sit here and be like everybody else, or do I want to sit here and actually create what I want to create and inspire people and change the world? So from now on, you have my word. I'm not looking back. I'm just providing value. I'm stripping my ego away. I don't care at this point. I'm just providing value. I'm just providing value. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go 1 year. What's today? What's the date? 12:36 a.m. September 18th, 2022. From this day on, from September 18th, 2022 to September 18th, 2023, I'm providing value blindly with nothing in return, not expecting anything in return, not subscribers, not anything, not nothing. To my past self, I love you. You're the reason I'm here. I need to come back to you. Okay. I got you. Now, I'm going to end this video, but under this video will be a Google form in the comments. This Google form, I want you to fill out if you have any questions about creating, any insecurities about this or that, in terms of creating or just in general life. Fill this Google form out. It's going to have two things. One, your name, which is optional. If you want this to be anonymous, then don't put it. If you want to be credited in the video, then put your name. fill out the form so I can answer your direct questions. I want to directly help. Let's do it.